I'm Dominic Francis, and this is my Penguin Island expedition for Assignment 3 for outdoor skills. So we have three aims while we're doing this situation. The first one is to evacuate all injured members of the team within 18 hours, making sure that we leave after 0720 hours and being on 0120 hours on Monday before a nuclear fallout reaches the island. The second one is getting all injured members and personnel of the team medical attention within 6 hours, because it can lead to them being a fatal. And then the third situation is ensuring that the Russian bases that are nearby are aware of our presence. We have multiple factors that we need to consider while making a plan. So first will be Team B only has the capacity to cover 250 miles of fuel in the snowcat of fuel. The helicopter is not available to 0600 hours the next day, meaning it won't be any use because we need to be gone before then. Transport, we have a dog sled available, which can transport 2 men at a time. We have a snowcat that has a capacity of three healthy men, or one healthy man and one injured personnel due to them laying on the seating. We also have a medical to provide 6 members of the team who have fallen ill and need attention within 8 hours. Because if not, they could potentially die. And we also have another man injured who needs to be evacuated within 6 hours, while also being aware that there's radiation from Russian nuclear weapons testing and make sure it doesn't reach the island. And the radiation is fatal, so we need to be gone before then. And then lastly, we have actually got the Russians themselves who have bases nearby, and if they at Port Devon and land plane, and if they figure out we're there, we can get captured and possibly killed. Here are the timings of the area. So we've clearly got from base camp B and what the distance is of each area from each camp to get to each key spot, and the time it will take for our dog sleds, our snowcat, and then also when eventually the ship arrives, which we have got one on its way with the HMS Endurance, how long it will take to get to these ports, which is to take into consideration. Looking at possible routes, we have Route A, which we considered, which was from Port Duncan, and we realised it has no positives. The HMS Endurance wouldn't be able to dock there in time, wouldn't be able to dock at all, and we have not enough time to actually get any of the personnel out. Route B, we had more positives because it would be from Port Anglia if we had to evacuate the team. Most of the team would actually have a chance to get evacuated, but the HMS Endurance would not be able to arrive in time and rescue any of the injured members. So our last route is Port C, which is from Port Devon, and here the HMS Endurance would actually be able to get to the port in time at a fast rate, and also, but it is near a nearby Russian base, so there is a chance that we could get detected. However, looking at all possible actions, we decided that Port C was the best course, mainly due to both the transports would journey to Port Devon, meaning to leave one man behind for a first run because we wouldn't be able to fit everyone in, so we had to take trips. We have the refuel of snowcat provided at Port Devon, which would return to pick a man up left behind, as we said, also allowing our dog sleds to follow behind, which this would mean we would need to separate our team into 2 groups. Team A, which would consist of 6 men, that would include the man that's with a fever, and would include 1 snowcat with 1 dog sled. Then we have Team B, which will have 5 men, including 1 who is injured, again with 1 snowcat and 1 dog sled, basically the course up. How we would go through it is we will go at 07:25 hours. We have radio our instructions to Team A and to the Endurance. And after that, all the transport will leave locations. Team B, the snowcat with 3 men, will arrive at Port Devon at 1,345 hours. And then the snowcat, and then Team A with the sled with 2 men will leave Port Devon at 2,245 hours. While this is happening, Team B, with the snowcat and the 2 men, will arrive at Port Devon at 1,245 hours. And then Team B with the sled would arrive at Port Devon at 2,015 hours. And the HMS Endurance would arrive at Port Devon at 1,245 hours. So this gives a chance for at 1300 hours, Team B snowcat will have a refuel at the time, leaving the base camp A to pick up the final man. While at 1400 hours, Team A snowcat has already refueled and leaves for base camp B to pick up the final man. So they're both leaving within an hour of time. Then at 0 hours, we have Team A snowcat will return to Port Devon, and then at 100 hours, we should hopefully be Team B snowcat also will return to Port Devon. So from here, it will take us 17 hours, 40 minutes after 720 hours.